We've spent 4 months searching. To find stories of extreme solitude and what brought these humans to such fates. As you can imagine, by definition, the loneliest people on Earth don't have much connection to the outside world and are close to impossible to contact. With many leads over the last few months that led us nowhere, we finally found 3 people who were willing to let us into their unique lives and hopefully take us closer to understanding the nuanced concept of loneliness.
Loneliness is a universal phenomenon, right? Like we've all felt it a little bit at some point. But the evidence really suggests that beyond just our psychology, loneliness is affecting our physical health, it's affecting the way our bodies function, it might even be affecting our longevity and how much we live. So it's a real public health crisis.
To find these people, we're traveling to the northern mountains of Italy.
We are going far. I've been on a train for 7 hours and we're still an hour drive away from where the man lives.
The forests of Sweden.
We are meeting up with a 20-year-old guy who has been living in the woods for 3 years.
And the islands of Greece, whose sole inhabitant of one of its islands we couldn't even make direct contact with.
Yeah, I see someone walking.
We took a leap towards these 3 adventures in the hopes that despite their years, and for one of them decades of solitude, that they'd still welcome us into their homes. Our goal is to understand these people's lives and what they've had to overcome. While people in busy cities around the world can suffer from loneliness, how are some surviving on their own? And what can we learn from humans who have spent so much time in solitude?
Okay, let's go find our man somewhere in the woods.
We can't drive further, so the rest part we will have to walk.
We brought a whole block of cheese and some salami. We got some wine
too. Fine wine, local wine.
Because he lives without running water or electricity. I'm assuming he doesn't have a fridge.
That's his house.
There's one local here that is taking us to the house and then he's gonna leave us. Oh my God.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Is he hiding behind the tree? Buongiorno.
Bonjour.
Wow.
Buongiorno, buongiorno.
Devo darmi la mano, ma sono porche.
That's okay.
Buongiorno, come stai?
Buongiorno.
Signorina, andiamo a quella lì è un pegnacolo. Ma sai che io prendo quegli spini lì.
He has so much life in his eyes. Like for real, he's so energetic and like so. I want to know everything about him now.
This is his home with his sheep.
Hi guys.
Flaminio has lived alone at the edge of the mountains for over 50 years. His contact with the outside world was close to non-existent for decades, but in recent years has had one man as a connection to the nearby village. A village that he himself hasn't been to in over 20 years. Why his solitude has been so extreme and what his life looks like today is a complete mystery to us. And although he had originally seemed reluctant to have us come visit, as we arrived, he welcomed us into his world.
Wow.
And although we brought wine as a gift for him, he clearly had other plans.
Just to open the wine straight away.
Oh, we're opening the wine?
Yeah.
Okay. 9 a.m. is always a good time to open a bottle of wine, right? Of course.
I can't remember if I ever drank in wine 10 a.m. in my life ever.
Quickly, Thomas. Quickly, dude.
Being so slow right now, it's really frustrating him.
Flaminio, grazie mille for having us.
Ecco, grazie a voi.
We're happy to be here.
Fatti venire qua.
A far cosa? Non venite più, se no vi faccio lavorare.
Can't believe I'm friggin' drinking wine for breakfast right now.
Dai che sono stanco io, fammi lavorare.
He's tired, he wants to eat and drink.
Yeah.
It's 9 a.m.
Dai, mangiate, se no cadete in terra, Ah, viva allora, salve. This is a horrible idea. E lì la Francia, l'America e la Svezia come...
Before we take you further into Flaminio's world, we wanted to introduce you to our second character.
We are meeting up with a 20-year-old guy who has been living in the woods for 3 years.
I feel like all of us wish we were survival experts, but in reality, it would all last about a week. If modern society collapsed, I'm just going, now I know where he lives. I'm coming to you.
Here's the video you sent us.
So this is how it should look like when you arrive.
It sounds like he's like muffled his voice.
Yeah, it sounds like he doesn't want us to find him.
Like he parked the car here, and then he just pointed toward the forest here.
Are you kidding?
No, this is the directions.
You're f***ing with us, right?
Wait, really?
He's not coming to get us? Where did he point?
Well, he pointed to this direction out in the forest. This is the alley we're gonna go into, or the park
Dude,
the car.
it's this one.
Okay, follow me.
He was saying that way. That was his intuition. Staffan wanted us to cross the street. He was literally gonna send us the opposite direction.
For those of you who have been with us for a while, you'll know that Matt, one of the originals of Yes Theory, stepped away for a while. He needed a break for his mental health, and he explains where he's been and why he needed this break in this video, linked in the description. While away, he wrote our Yes Theory book, which he poured blood, sweat, and tears into and finished. We'll be proudly releasing this book on November 19th in less than 2 months. After this year, however, he has decided to officially step away from videos. But in Yes Theory fashion, we decided that we cannot let him leave without a last run of discomfort. And so, as a celebration of our friendship and what he's brought to this channel and community, he'll be joining us in adventures over the next few months. He has also launched a podcast on our podcast channel called Matt's Going Away Party, where he brings everyone closer to how things have gone for us behind the scenes more than ever before, and goes into details of why he left. This story about loneliness is his first video of his final series of trips with Yes Theory.
We're really going straight into the woods with the direction of go straight.
We are literally wandering into a forest after driving for hours through farmland.
I think you want to learn from everything.
Oh,
Unless it's just some other random.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
There's somebody here.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Hi, doggy. Wow.
How's it going?
Hi, Staffan.
Thomas.
Hi, Thomas. And you just walked out from the forest and found us. Yeah, could you sense us that we were?
Yeah, I heard you.
He was mad.
Yeah.
You're not so sneaky.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Is this it? Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Bit of work.
Wow. Dude, this is incredible.
Erik Granqvist is a young Swede who spent the last several years building his dream cabin alone in the woods of Sweden with the dream of learning how to become fully self-sufficient. He only initially started to document his journey on the side, but his YouTube channel about his unique endeavors has now reached tens of millions on the platform, a channel you may have come across yourself. Finding a young person who spent as much time in solitude yet seems to be enjoying it is rare these days. And as he doesn't speak much in his own videos, we were very eager to understand his choices and how he handles the solitude.
When did you start this?
Yeah, when I was just about to turn 18. So 17 and then now I'm 22, so a little bit more than 4 years.
I mean, how much of this did you know how to make before you started?
Well, probably like nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
So you literally learned hunting, building a house, and filming all at once.
Yeah, I had to. So.
And you're 22 years old.
Dude.
Can we check it out?
Yeah, of course. So here's the door that I made.
Epic door. What? It's like a Viking door.
It is. It smells amazing in here.
Every piece we see in here, you created or brought here in some way.
Yeah, about 99 of all the materials is either created by me from this land or that I've reused. It's just the nails and the concrete for the fireplace and stuff like that I bought. So it didn't cost that much actually.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So when you were 18, you were majoring in science, you said, in high school, and you decided to completely leave it to start building this.
Yeah.
Was there a moment that happened?
So everybody expected me to just keep on studying and stuff like that. So I felt a little bit stuck in that path. And then I saw this documentary film about Dick Proenneke, who built his own life in Alaska. There's a documentary, Alone in the Wilderness, and that really got me inspired because he basically moved out there and then he could just live off the land, and that was a huge inspiration for me to just, that it is possible to do it. And I was like, oh, my grandfather, he has, land and forest, why can't I do that? So, and then I just went extreme and basically did it.
final character was our most uncertain one and our biggest adventure.
Well, we are approaching Mrs. Rino's island, and it's much bigger than I thought it was actually. She's got a lot of space for being on her own. I'm getting a little nervous now that we're approaching and we don't know if she's there and if she's gonna be interested in seeing us.
Mrs. Rino lives alone on an island in Greece, and she's been alone here for a decade. Why she's alone and how she survives on the island is unclear. And unfortunately, despite our best efforts, we weren't able to contact her. So we'd be flying all the way to remote Greek islands, taking ferries.
This is the ferry to get to the island that we're leaving from.
And chartering a sailboat.
Right? Thomas.
All the way to her, only in the hopes that she'll actually be there and be willing to receive us.
Thank you. Okay. Oh. The strangest approach I think I've ever done to a home before of a stranger. Row ourselves in. Yeah. She doesn't know we're coming, so.
Row, row, row the boat gently down the...
What the f*** up? We're arriving at an elderly woman's home by a little raft, and she doesn't know we're coming. I hope she welcomes a visitor, like that's a good thing for her, not an annoying thing. This is so bizarre that we are just here.
It's like a pirate entering now.
I also immediately feel like I'm in her home.
Κυρία Ρινιό, τι κάνετε? Σας ξυπνήσαμε? Σίγουρα? Σίγουρα. Ναι. Γεια σας, τι κάνετε? Γεια σας. Πώς είστε? Καλά. Ναι, τι κάνετε? Χαίρομαι πολύ.
Γεια σας, τι κάνεις?
Καλά.
Καλά.
Και ο Κόρη.
Κόρη.
Κόρη, ναι. Κόρη means daughter.
Well, love that for me.
Είχαμε και άλλα πραγματάκια έτσι γιατί θέλαμε. Οπότε να τα βάλω στη σκιά να μην σας χαλάσουν.
Ευχαριστώ πάρα πολύ.
Τι ευχαριστώ, εμείς ευχαριστούμε.
Να μην λέω στο παπί. Και με τα καλά.
Μην βγάζετε τίποτα.
Τι κάνεις, Mrs. Rino? How was your day today?
Too hot.
Yeah, too hot. Yeah, we're just very grateful that like, she's this welcoming, you know, like just starting with that, yeah.
Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ, λένε τα παιδιά που μας ανοίξατε το σπίτι σας τόσο εγκάρδια.
Εγώ πάρω σε ευχαριστώ που θέλω το πουθερά με δείτε.
Oh, she's like, I thank you for coming out of nowhere, like from everywhere in the place to just see me, so I thank you.
Εγώ εδώ πέρα έχω μεγαλώσει. Χωρίζουμε τη Μύκονο, μένανε εδώ. Ρωτάτε για να πεθάνει ο πατέρας μου, για να φύγει από το νησί, λέει μου να στείλω να αναλάβει στο νησί. Αυτό, το υποσχέθηκα. Και έτσι δεν τον ψευτείς ότι του είπα ψέματα και ήρθα.
How long have you been living like this?
Qua sono 45 anni, ma prima sono partito in giro con le pecore 52 anni fa, avevo 23 anni. Mi hanno buttato fuori di casa a 23 anni. Mai capito? Non vado più in paese. Se viene il 31 gennaio sono 20 anni che non vado in paese.
Chiedono se si sente solo intanto.
No, di notte qualche volta mi sento un po' solo. Ma un po' triste magari. Ma al mattino quando vedo le mie pecore mi passa tutto. Era peggio un po' d'anni fa, adesso non c'è male, non sto tanto male.
Oh, are his closest friends?
Pecore? Sì. Un po' sì, un po'. C'è uno che mi ha anche il maschio, mi dà le zuccate, devo stare attento.
How has he been able to, I guess, find peace being alone? Because I think ultimately you can be surrounded by people and still feel lonely.
Dicono che la solitudine si può sentire anche quando si è circondati da persone, no?
È anche peggio. Ma persone cosa ti trattavano come uno straccio.
Per questo ho scelto questa vita qua.
No, ma non faccio cambio con nessuno,
What kind of interesting ways has he found to spend his time?
A me piace i libri a leggere quando c'ho tempo, ma d'estate non c'ho tempo. Solo manuali tecnici. fisica, meccanica, disegno tecnico, quelle cose lì. Poi sono messo a studiare il cinese.
Il cinese? Are you saying that he's learning Chinese?
Hey.
What?
Chinese? Wow.
Siamo stupiti che
Is he the most
stia
interesting man
imparando
in the world?
cinese.
In cinese, bere vino è putao giu. Bere vino. Sei appassionati di sci?
Yes.
Sì.
Sto inventando gli sci coi freni.
Davvero?
Sì.
Grazie mille.
Ma adesso se non andare a scuola che dopo sei.
Tell him I want to go to school of Flaminio.
Vuole venire alla scuola di Flaminio.
He's invented skis with brakes. Who else has done that? Nobody has done that.
Wow. Oh man. Whoa.
Wow. Yeah, he's an inventor.
Like a,
He's Da Vinci.
yeah.
Mi piace l'aglio, vi regalo l'aglio. Mi piace l'aglio.
No, you take it.
It's actually the only thing I can't eat on the planet.
Novembre li metto.
What?
Wow.
Actually better if you
Dude,
can't
this
punch in
is
a
so
little bit.
waggy.
Avanti, avanti.
He's already moved on to the next thing.
We are in his world now.
Oh, is this where he sleeps?
Wow.
I feel like I'm traveling back in time.
Oh, look at that spider. Oh my.
Milano, lascialo lì che mi serve.
The spider.
He needs the spider?
Because he gets the mosquitoes.
I think so.
Genius! He's way ahead of every single one of us. We're thinking this is a problem. This is his mosquito repellent.
Madonna adesso ho rotto la mia tela.
He walks straight into the spider's net and it's attached to his head now. There's no concern for it.
It just feels so peaceful here. Like it feels like
Yeah.
my body just went from zoom,
Yeah.
like on a different level.
I mean, you're not going on the internet or anything. Like, there's no TV. No, I mean,
not here. I don't have any electricity. Obviously, I have a phone on me, but no, there's not always reception
yeah.
connection here.
I'm curious about what people around you thought, like your friends. Did you feel any kind of judgment or did you feel very supportive?
Like I was crazy.
Really?
Was I like dropped as a child? Like that. Like, you're gonna do it by hand, like with hand tools. Like who does that nowadays? Like, but a lot of people were supportive, of course, my family and stuff like that.
Right.
But the idea behind it was that I really didn't want to be dependent on really anything. Like when you use a chainsaw, you have to be dependent on gas. So with hand tools, you only have to really be dependent on your own energy. The biggest perk of it all was gaining all the skills, the knowledge that's about to like go away in our generation.
And it's interesting now because you're essentially a social media.
Yeah, exactly.
star.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's a little bit interesting
Yeah.
because I didn't have, Instagram or anything when I started. I was quite against it. Now that I've done it, I've seen also, of course, the advantages to it. My biggest inspiration now is to inspire people like the way I got inspired by the documentaries that I watched. So now I want to like do the same thing, hopefully.
Nice, dude.
You say that you don't have to rely on anyone else then. Does that make you feel alone or lonely in any way?
No, not actually that lonely. But I have to say that I was a little bit lonely just about 1 year ago. When I've been out there, like 3+ years, then I started to feel like, okay, I'm a bit alone out there. So now I actually have a girlfriend. So that's pretty nice. But there's also, of course, a difference between being alone and feeling lonely. Like I didn't really feel lonely, but I was, of course, alone. So
I mean, I love that. I think there's solitude and loneliness don't have to come together. There are people who are lonely who are surrounded by people who live in cities, who even have friends and they still don't feel like they can be themselves in that group and feel lonely.
Yeah. A little bit of a pitch. Let's say things go a little haywire.
then can
Four
we
of us,
come and live
get
here?
in a car. If we drive up here and happen to come to this exact spot, is there extra room by any chance?
No.
And we'll build it right next to you, and we'll feel safe with Eric in Eric's hand because I don't know how to do shit. So,
yo, Eric, did you catch any boar?
What an experience and what a life to choose. I think many do have this intuition that too much technology is not good for us. And anytime you come back out in nature, it's this breath of fresh air we all experienced of, this is where we've been.
Yeah.
This is what was home for so long. Cities have amazing qualities and benefits, but you need to balance it with time out in nature like this. And this is the feel. Carrots, onions. What else do you grow here?
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Beets, salad, beans.
I thought carrots and beans grew in cans.
Or just grocery stores. I thought they just came out of grocery stores. Interesting.
Now we're gonna cook some food. So if you two want to chop some firewood,
yeah, it would be an honor.
You are the best talent.
Yeah, great.
Eric?
What the
Dude!
Now your turn.
Så ja! Ah!
We're in heaven, guys, with our dad who's here. Our dad is somehow younger than all of us, but he's taking great care of us.
Eric, you have very good daddy qualities of being...
Staffan, you didn't have to make this weird. We're all having a good time. Now he's leaving. Now he's gone.
Now he's leaving. He's like, I can't do this anymore.
Αυτό είχε πατέρα μου καφενείο, αλλά τώρα το μισοσυνέτα με τον αστάβλος, δηλαδή χειρότερος από ό,τι είναι τώρα. Ευχαριστώ πολύ που ήμουν εδώ.
Ναι, ναι.
Μ' αρέσει πολύ. Μην νοιάζει τι να είναι.
After your father passed away, she just came here and stayed here with your husband, not by herself, and then her husband also died, and that made her also like a bit emotional now saying it.
Has she been living alone the last 5 years?
Ή 10.
10? Ποιος?
Ο γιος μου.
Ο γιος. Α, έρχεται ο γιος σας εδώ.
Ναι, κάθε 2-3 μέρες και φεύγει πάλι.
Α.
And did she ever contemplate leaving the island?
Μετά δεν είπατε όταν έφυγε και ο σύζυγος να φύγω κι εγώ από εδώ πέρα να... Δεν θέλατε. Σου πιάνει μοναξιά ή είστε... Όχι.
No. Wow.
Ούτε φοβάμαι, δεν με νοιάζει πριν μοναχή, με νοιάζει.
What does a day in her life look like here?
Τι κάνετε δηλαδή σε ένα 24ωρο, πώς ξυπνάτε, πώς ξεκινάει η μέρα σας?
Εγώ ξυπνάω από τις 2 τη νύχτα.
Αλήθεια, she wakes up at 2 a.m.
Αλλά δεν βλέπω να ξακάμω τίποτα.
But she doesn't see anything outside.
Πέντε ώρα πάω πέρα στα ζώα, 6 ώρα που ξεφεύγει πώς θα βλέπω. Πάω κάθομαι εκεί πέρα μέχρι τις 10-12 ώρα το μεσημέρι, κάθε περίμενο. Καθαρίζω τους τάβλους αμάν αυτό και έρχομαι μετά και κοιμούμαι όλη μέρα.
Λυκούλια μου!
The more time we spent with these three incredible humans, the more fascinated we became. They've all experienced loneliness, but somehow eventually found peace, joy, and laughter in the simple daily tasks around them. Their sense of purpose in taking care of their animals or building, and lots of time spent outdoors seems to have greatly contributed to that lightness in their spirits.
But she seems to be quite content being here alone. Does she have any advice for people that might be experiencing loneliness?
Να μην νιώθουν μόνο τους, είναι ευτυχία μέσα σε μέρος που αν δηλαδή να μπορείς να κάτσεις, να μπορείς να ξεπερδίσεις τον εαυτό σου μοναχό. Να μην σκέφτονται τίποτε άλλο με τον εαυτό τους και τον κόσμο. Αυτό. Τα παιδιά τους, την οικογένειά τους και να μην θέλουν ούτε πλούτη ούτε τίποτα. Ό,τι. Ένα κομμάτι ψωμί και ψωμί την πόρτα.
Tell her she's got the loveliest smile. It reminds me of my grandma, so it's...
Έχετε λέει το πιο γλυκό χαμόγελο που έχει δει και τη θυμίζετε πολύ και τη δικιά του τη γιαγιά. Μοιάζετε πολύ χαρούμενοι εδώ.
Είμαι χαρούμενη, τι έμεινε. Τα παιδιά μου καλά, εγώ καλά τι άλλο έχω. Τι να κάνω.
Oh wow. This is where he makes the food. What is this?
He studies Chinese and he writes on the wall to practice.
Wait.
Dilao de stanco. Immaginare il frumento.
He seems fully self-sufficient because he grows his own food. He's got a stream of running water.
Hey, prova. Wow.
What did he say?
Say it's raining tomorrow.
Oh.
That's the
He
coolest
predicts
thing
the
I've ever heard.
weather.
You can just look at the sky and know it's gonna rain tomorrow.
Sì, ma è vero, domani c'è un temporale. He's right.
He's right?
Guarda le nuvole.
How does he know?
From the
Vedi,
clouds.
vanno in su.
Because of the way
Se vanno in su piove. Se vanno in giù no. What is he doing?
he's gonna tell us the time.
11:35.
Yeah, exactly 11:45.
Exactly. What? È giustissimo.
Perfecto. Wow. He just read the time from the sun
11, 12, 1, 2, 3.
You can come up with the craziest things. Like he's got an invention for everything.
But also just like these ancient methods, the way that he sharpens his knife and the way that he creates flour, all of these things is just, we just don't do it anymore ourselves. But because he's fully self-sufficient and doesn't go into town,
Yeah.
he's had to find a way to do it here. Shocked that he was on the minute. I thought he would be like 11:30 maybe, like around 11:30. He said 11:35 and it was exactly 11:35.
It feels like it's your babies.
Σαν είναι τα μωρά σας, λένε.
Her bucket looks exactly like her.
What? I
thought she had
swear.
her logo for a second.
Okay, so what is she gonna do now?
We're gonna collect the cacti. These ones you can eat.
Wow, that's fresh. Mrs. Rinju, fantastico. Can you say subscribe?
Subscribe.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Perfect. We do need people to subscribe actually, so we're hoping to hit 9 million this year, so help us to get to 9 million before the end of the year.
Τι θέλετε να... Τι θα μας δώσετε, είπατε?
Τσίπουρο.
Τσίπουρο.
Πίνεις το.
Ναι, πίνουμε.
What did she say?
If we want to drink τσίπουρο, the liquor.
Every elderly person I've met has offered me liquor. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
If you want to smell it, it's pure alcohol.
Yes.
That's why she made me smell it. Καλό.
Very good. Με τι είχατε εδώ πέρα.
She said, I'm gonna get you drunk so you can stay here with me.
Κάναμε παρέα.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow. Ευχαριστώ.
This
Ευχαριστώ,
is-
Mrs. Rinju.
Εσύ θα πιείς, no. Είσαι
You're not
μικρός.
gonna drink? She says, not drink. You're young. You're all gonna
Είσαι
drink.
μικρός.
Seek discomfort is no longer the theme of the channel. It's I drink with elders.
Τρώτε.
Eat.
Τρώτε.
Black ones that got burned. And she took the whole.
Wow.
Did you try that?
Yeah. That's delicious.
Cheers for you. Ευλογημένες, ευλογημένοι. Να.
Wow. Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah, just dig in, just eat like crazy.
Wow, that's so good.
And these are the best potatoes to eat right from the ground. They're so much more delicious.
They
when
are
you eat them
so
like-
tasteful.
Yeah, it's like a whole other world.
You will absolutely love it. Being in this environment for many years, how has it impacted you as a person?
Actually, it has made me less shy, strangely enough. Back in the day I had like more social like anxiety and stuff like that. So strangely enough, by removing me completely from other people, I actually gained more like confidence. And I think it probably is because I got the confidence that I can do stuff with YouTube and stuff like that. I grown more confident and more able to speak with people and express myself.
The table is getting cleaned up, yeah?
Nice to meet you, man. Thank you so much for letting us into your world.
A privilege.
Write in the comment section, I want the coordinates.
No.
Meeting people like Eric, who are so uniquely on their own path, forces me to look at my own life and wonder what aspects I could be more intentional about. Ending up alone is sadly not always a choice, but it is possible to embrace moments of solitude and find our way back more connected to who we really are.
Yeah, I came to the realization it is better to have people around. But it's also a good life lesson to be on your own. I felt a lot of like really true happiness of being on my own.
I'll miss you. But you were in heart.
Σας έχει μέσα στην καρδιά του, λέει, θα του λύσετε.
Κι εγώ. Και κοργόνα μου, πώς θα σε ευχαριστώ που και με κάνετε παρέα.
Ναι, αγάπη μου. Κούλα μου, γλυκούλα μου. Γεια σας κύριε Ρινιό, να είστε καλά.
If you've ever felt lonely or even feel lonely today, I'd encourage you to take a page from Mrs. Rino's book, whom, in the middle of a nap, opened her door to strangers. Despite being alone most days and weeks, she's clearly found a way to be more open to whatever life brings her. Strangers visiting or no one at all, she welcomes it with curiosity and a sense of humor. That open spirit, with the pride she feels to fulfill her promise to her father of safekeeping the island, is definitely what I believe has kept her so joyful all these years.
Grazie mille. Grazie mille. Ciao.
Flaminio to me seems like someone who's had to overcome a lot of sadness, yet found peace through his work with his sheep and kept his mind busy with his inventions. My personal belief is that there is something beyond what we know and what we see that connects us, a collective consciousness of sorts. The longing for connection is therefore a universal human truth. Loneliness is a natural symptom of feeling disconnected from our own sense of humanity and from others. Some of us may seek connection more than others, but ultimately, no matter who you are or where you live, I hope that you remember that there are people out there waiting to make a friend just like you. Don't let a chapter of sadness make you believe otherwise.